My 31M, GF, 28F, has just assumed I'll sell my apartment to contribute to buying a family home. I have owned my apartment for 7 years. It is a one-bedroom apartment, and in a very good city center location. It is an asset in my name only. It'll become an asset which will appreciate as time goes on, especially with further investment in the city I live in. Even within the past 7 years, it has appreciated by 50% in value. I've been dating my GF for 1 year. We're just moving in together now. We're talking about moving to another city close by and buying a home together. We plan to do this in about 3 years or so. We had a discussion about it this evening, and she told me that I'd probably have to sell this flat to help afford a new place in the city. My issue is this. I've been divorced in the past, and my ex took our other beautiful home. If I didn't have this flat I'm living in at that time, I would have been royally screwed. I don't feel comfortable selling this place. I told her that, and that it'd be best if we didn't sell this flat, since the value of it would just appreciate as time went on. She said, "I just don't think we're at an age where we should be having 2 properties. I'm unsure how to proceed well with this. I don't want to sell this flat, but I appreciate without doing so, we might not be able to afford a family home. What do I do?" You've been dating for barely a year and want to buy property together? Excuse me for asking, sir, but are you of sound mind? Can you rent it out while you two are living together? She says you're not at an age to own 2 properties. I say your relationship is not at the right age for her to make a demand that you sell your own property. First off, there is no age limit for owning any number of properties. And since the property is in your name, she can't make you do anything with it. If she tries, and you still want to marry her, I would suggest you get a prenuptial agreement. Second, why not rent a smaller, cheaper apartment for the 2 of you to live together in? Rent out the apartment you own and put a percentage of the profit generated towards buying a house, and another towards retirement. Take the time spent living together in the apartment to 1. Save up towards buying a house. Create a budget and timeline that you think is suitable for completing that task and stick to it. This should be done whether you decide to marry her or not. Like you alluded to earlier, right now she is just a girlfriend and you don't know how the future will play out. So when you make decisions you need to consider having a comfortable cushion for your future self to be able to fall back on. 2. Really get to know her and decided if she really is the one or not. 3. Teach her the importance of investing. Make sure you do this before you guys have kids so that you can really enjoy the dink life. These are just suggestions. If you don't like them, you don't have to listen to them. Also, I'm not an expert on anything financial, so I really don't know per se. These are just my opinions. For only 1 year in, and not being an owner for the flat, she's sure if using the word "we" liberally. I wouldn't sell. I also wouldn't buy with her. 1 year isn't really enough time to determine if you guys are going to make it in the future. And buying another home is a big risk. One you already found out in your last relationship. That is a no from me, dog. Your response should be, "This is a premarital property and will not be included in the we." Renting it out and keeping it in your name only is something you have the right to do. Start talking prenups. Don't sell it first of all. Second, don't buy a house with a girlfriend. That's okay, she won't be owning 2 properties. What a rude thing to assume. Keep your flat and use it as a rental. 1 year together isn't long enough that I'd be selling my property because they want to use it for a new house. In the meantime, you have about 3 years for both of you start saving a down payment for a new place. So don't sell the place. It's yours. If she expects you to contribute most of the purchase price of a family home by selling it and you don't feel comfortable giving up your safety net flat, that's a fundamental incompatibility in your relationship. TBH, depending on lots of other factors, it could also be a giant red flag for her or for you. In your case, this could essentially count as taking your personal asset and converting it to a shared asset when you buy the home. Depending on property and divorce law where you are, she'd essentially be getting half of the value of your apartment if you split, where currently she'd get nothing. OTOH, she could be seeing you as unwilling to fully commit to the relationship because you've been burned before. Which is absolutely true. What do I do? My issue is this. I've been divorced in the past. And my ex took our other beautiful home. If I didn't have this flat I'm living in at that time, I would have been royally screwed. Have you not answered your own question? We are not going to have any properties together after dating for such a short time. It's in your name. If you decide to eventually marry her, get a rock-solid prenup. Buy nothing together in the meantime because she's pushy. This is a red flag. Do not sell. Property is one of the best sources of income you can own. Do not give it up for a property that you can lose in a divorce. It's only been a year. You don't need to move into a house with a GF you've only been with for a year. I know PPL that go 7 years and break up. Unless you're looking at a wife you've been with for years. Selling your flat would be dumb. So first, the reply to her comment about having 2 properties. If we purchase a house together, we won't have 2 properties. I will have 2 properties. Second, the bit about needing to sell to help afford the new place. If we are purchasing a house that requires me to sell the flat, then we are not buying a property within our price range and budget. So I will not be selling my flat to purchase a new house. As for what you do, other than telling her the above, you start saving and looking into houses that are actually affordable for you. You say that you are looking at buying the house in about 3 years. So still time to make changes to your income and expenditure so you can save more. And either percent-wise or dollar-wise she needs to be doing the same. If she isn't currently, and doesn't going forward, then you do not buy a house together. Okay, leaving aside everything to do with your relationship. Some unsolicited financial advice that I wish I had known at your age. Keep your property and the purchase of a new home separate. Save for a deposit for your new home, and once you have it, move into your new home. Rent out the apartment and use the returns to offset your mortgage payments. Or use your existing property as collateral to start to build a property portfolio. It means sacrificing disposable income in the short term with a view of having a stream of passive income in 10 years or so. Major red flag. Don't put her name on anything, bro, unless she's contributing equally. You've been dating her for 1 freaking year. That's nothing. Don't make such a huge decision for a 1-year relationship. Ugh. I'd vote no. I own a home. I've lived in it 4.5 years. It's gained about $200,000 in value since I bought it. My partner moved in with me last year. He is fully aware this house is an investment for me. It was never bought as a forever home. I bought it because it fit my needs, was within budget, and the location is phenomenal for future renting purposes. This is your asset. It has nothing to do with her. I'm 30. There's nothing wrong with you having your own sole asset or owning multiple properties. If you get married, I'd suggest a prenup with clear guidelines about this asset and any others to keep them as your own. Regardless of marriage, this is a passive way to also build up income when renting it out. If you can afford it, keep it. Rent it out. You have 3 or so years to contribute to a savings for a new home to purchase with her. Plus, it's only been a year. It's way too early to even cross this bridge given you're not even looking to move for another 3 years. Clearly you haven't learned anything from your forced divorce. She has nothing to do with your apartment. She wants a house? Tell her to come up with the money for a deposit another way. That's unreal that she expects that of you.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.